Do not quit your job to join farming. Instead, start farming and then eventually quit your job. Now, a lot of people out there are fascinated about my story on how I actually left employment and joined farming. But many of you guys out there do not know exactly how this whole journey transitioned. I mean, I did not just leave my job to join farming. No, I left my job, did a couple of other things, then eventually went into farming. But nonetheless, in this video today, we're going to discuss how somebody can actually start up their farm, and then why you should not actually, which is the big debate today. You shouldn't leave your job to start farming. Instead, you should start farming, then eventually quit your job after seeing that actually this particular venture is bringing in money for you. But before we even go further, my name is Dennis Duke Onyala. If you're new here, please do ensure that you subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on X at Dennis Duke UG. I use the same on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and all other different platforms. And guys, for those of you who are outside Uganda and you are Ugandans and want to construct or start your projects, the only company that can supply you quality material is Viram Construction Limited. These guys, I have tried them, I've tested them, and I can highly recommend. So please reach them out. We supply sand, we supply bricks, we supply this, we supply that on your site. Okay, many of you at times are cheated. You order for 1,000 bricks, they give you 500. You order for 10,000, they give you 8,000. Guys, Viram Construction is putting a stop, is putting an end to all fraud in the construction sector. So please call them. So without further ado, let's head straight to our discussion today. Well, I'm glad you're still here with me. Now, there are so many reasons as to why people want to quit their jobs to join farming. And some of these reasons include these. Number one is for personal fulfillment. Now, farming can be a rewarding and fulfilling career that allows you to work with nature and produce food for your community. There are people who just think it is their personal fulfillment to join farming. Others think that farming gives them autonomy. Definitely it does. Well, as a farmer, you may have more control over your work schedule and the decisions you make. For example, me, I choose when to work and when not to work. It has given me a lot of freedom. I mean, I could choose to work at midday and sleep in the morning. I could choose to work in the evening. All those things come because I am a farmer and I enjoy doing this particular job. Another reason is farming provides potential for entrepreneurship. Now, farming can be a viable business venture that allows you to be your own boss. Nobody tosses you around. Go and no. You become your own boss when you start farming. But there are also consequences when you join farming. Number one, there's what we call financial uncertainty. Farming can be good, but then it can also be unpredictable, with factors like weather, pests, and market fluctuations affecting your income. This means that if you quit your job for farming, you could go for months without pay, and that can cripple you financially. Remember, guys, the prices of commodities, prices of things in the agriculture sector keep doing this. Not like Mr. Matia Masaija's economy that is on a sui. No, here it will go sui and then it will come sha. So, if you're not well prepared, you could face this. Now, imagine somebody quits their job where they've been getting, some money for their livelihood and survival. Boom, you enter into farming, you grow maybe watermelon, and the season goes extremely bad. Maybe there's bad weather, there's too much rainfall, there's too much sunshine, and you didn't prepare well for an irrigation system. Boom, losses. You know what comes next? Suffering, kubona paka kuulira bubi. The second reason why you shouldn't just, quit your job for farming is farming requires or has physical demands. Yes, farming is physically demanding. It requires you to work for long hours, which you are providing, of course, manual labor, which most new farmers are not willing to do because they are coming from a corporate world. And without physical involvement, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you this, it's very impossible to harvest big in farming unless you're using professionals who understand that particular line of business, who, by the way, also don't come that cheap. Remember, what you supervise it's what get done, or it's what gets done, not what you expect. You are welcome. Just to explain a little further on that particular point is, when you leave your corporate world and join farming, most times you don't have as much money to pay off people that are, experienced to come and help you. You want to keep your budget very, very small, very, very tight, because you're even not sure whether this thing that you've joined is going to work out. So to employ people means you're going to have, a lot of costs hiring them. And if you don't, involve yourself, to expect things not to get done. Like I said, what you supervise is what gets done. I cannot sit in Kampala and just make a call and expect that that thing is actually being made. No, I need to be on ground to supervise, to do these things as I intend or want them to be done. Another issue that may arise is the initial investment. Now, starting up a farm may require significant initial investment in land, equipment, and training, which in most cases, most people won't afford. So staying on your job enables you to plan better as you make small moves towards the right direction. The best thing is to do is you start small, buy a piece of land, keep quiet, work a little bit, construct. If you're going into a chicken house or a chicken, you start the chicken by buying the chicken, or rather building the chicken house. Afterwards, you buy you build a shower well. Afterwards, you build the toilet. Afterwards, maybe you build something. There are so many things that are required for you to have a proper farm, ladies and gentlemen. Most especially if you're going into commercial farming. There is farming, the local, the normal farming where everybody is planting something. Then there's what we call the commercial aspect, the business farming of it that I usually talk about. Of course, me, I talk about the business side. You can't harvest money where you've not invested. It is absolutely impossible. That's why our parents were farmers, but not serious farmers. We are glad they helped us grow up. They sold the coffee and stuff, but had they invested some good money in the farming sector, they would have reaped big. So it is important that you don't quit your job. You start the farming while you're at your job, so that your job facilitates a few things here and there, so that you're able to start your farm journey easily. Therefore, before you quit your job, ensure the following things. Number one, your passion. Are you genuinely interested in farming, or it is a romanticized idea? Because just because you had someone talking about how lucrative farming is, you also have made up your mind and you want to join. Yes, guys, it's a little bit tough out here, so I just want to be serious and careful with the words I use. Yes, amasanyalaze ojja gawulira muganda wange. So plan better. Ensure that you have at least a little bit of passion when you're joining the farming sector. The second thing you need to ensure to have is the skills. Yes. Do you have experience or training in farming or a related field? Because starting a farm without experience could cost you so very much. And yes, someone will ask, Dennis, I'm a starter. Where do you expect me to get the experience? Well, this is where we people come in. I mean, some of you don't want to pay for consultation. Some of you don't even want to consult, actually. You're out there, yes. Just because you went online and, you Googled a little bit and you found a little bit of information. No, that's not all it is required. Sometimes you have to go to these farms. Go to her Mrs. farm before you start a goat farm. Go to Grace Woji. Go to Amir. Go to Semaganda Joseph. There are so many people doing enterprising, agricultural businesses out here. So first of all, go there, even if for a few days, a week, and so forth. Learn a little bit of what you want to enter into. Get to talk to these people one-on-one. If it requires you to pay consultation, sometimes people are busy, but if you paid them, maybe they would create time for you guys. I don't know how much I can emphasize. A lot of times, people make a lot of mistakes, lose a lot of money because they did not consult. They did not, learn on the job. They did not, put in the effort sometimes. So you're investing 30, 40 million, but you oh, guys, I hope you followed me on social media at Dennis Duke UG. Another point what you need to ensure is ensure the market demand is there. So you ask yourself these questions. Is there a demand for this type of farming you want to join in your area, or you just love raising rabbits, or you love growing cabbage and cabbage looks good in the garden? Well, a lot of people actually make this mistake. Just because somebody said, oh, this is lucrative, you're you also run. You run very fast and you start that particular venture. My sister, my brother, hey, chijja kutuulamu. You need to first ensure that you make the necessary market demand research before you actually start doing that particular thing. It is very, very important. The last one is financial stability. Do you have a financial safety net to fall back on during challenging times? I will tell you that when things went south, I had no fallback plan, and this was extremely disastrous. Yes, before you quit your job, have a financial plan. Save up at least for about 6 months. This money is not going to be used at the farm. This money is just somewhere in case things don't go as planned at your farm. Ensure, guys, that you have something saved up, at least latest or the lowest being 6 months. But if you can save up some money that can take you for a year without lacking, without needing anything, then do that. You'll thank yourself later once things don't go well and you have a fallback plan. Because man, chocha. Uganda chocha nga toina sente. Uganda is extremely tough if you don't have some money. So I know somebody's wondering, so Dennis, are you trying to tell us not to start farming, not to quit our jobs? No, that's not what I'm saying. All I'm trying to say is plan better. If you fail to plan, they usually say, if you're planning to fail, then don't plan. But if you plan better, chances are high that you won't actually fail. So what are the things you need to do? Number one is start small. Yes, start small. There is a secret in starting small. When you invest 10 million in a project and it fails, you'll be lucky and proud that you didn't invest 100 million, okay? So that is where the trick is. So always and always, whatever you're going into, most especially if you're not sure, start small. Number two, seek guidance. I have repeated this one. One of the mistakes I made was not to consult enough. So if you decide it is farming that you really want to do, then consult with experienced farmers, attend workshops, or take courses to learn more. Pay for that consultation fee. Sometimes people are willing to share information like I told you. Another thing is you need to create a business plan. This will help you outline your goals, resources, and strategies to help you stay focused and prepared. It will also help you on how much money you will need to start that particular business. So for those of you who do not know, I do create these business plans for goat, for broiler chicken, for rabbit. Those are the only things I currently do, but I also do construction of goat pens, chicken houses, rabbit cages, rabbit structures, and so forth and so on. So please do contact me for those particular services. Remember, quitting your job to join farming should be a well thought out decision. Take your time and carefully weigh the pros and cons before making the choice that suits your situation. Okay? So guys, I don't really have a lot. Okay, I've shared a lot actually in this particular video. I didn't even think it would go this long. But yes, think about it, make the decision, and follow the steps that I've taken up with you. My name is Dennis Duke. Don't forget to go to Sungura House Bukoto and eat amazing foods. If you've been watching until the end, please ensure that I love you so much and thank you so much for always supporting me. Please do me a favor and subscribe. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Greetings to my sisters in Nigeria. I love you so much. So guys, until then, it's a goodbye.